Okay. Ooh, let me try to get comfortable. Got my pillow, got my brother. You guys, I made this pillow for my brother and my cousin, whom was murdered in July of 2019. Um, I still am very having a lot of emotional feelings about that. So I carry them everywhere I go. Um, and so, yeah, I just want to bring this pillow because I'm making it and to bring it for comfort for this video because this video is gonna be very emotional for me. I decided to do the video in my bed because it's the most comfortable spot for me right now. And so that's what it is. But um, I've been getting a lot of messages or a few messages. You know, I ain't gonna just say they just been off the chain like that. But mainly my childhood, not childhood, but mainly my um, familiar people, right? Um, Families, friends that I grew up with, people that I knew, that I know from back home, and things like that. And so, asking me, reaching out to me in concern, wanting to know if I'm okay. And you guys, I really do try to be, you know, um, okay. Um, I know I try to be okay. I don't want to make this video because it can go into a lot of different areas because I do understand how tricky the internet can be and things like that. And so um, I never want anyone to ever think that I'm seeking for attention. I'm not a attention seeker. I'm actually a very reserved person. I say to myself, I deal with a whole lot within myself, within me, my lower and my higher self, um, and in spirit and in truth. That's just, that's just me. However, as I've been going on this journey, right, because if you've been following me, you know that I got injured on my job, and I still have yet to go back to work. I'm still dealing with Texas workers' comp. I'm still fighting for the benefits that are owed to me and things like that. It is like a very taunting battle to have to go through. And so I'm doing it, right? I'm fighting for myself, right? Behind the scenes, right? Like I hadn't came on and took y'all through that journey, right? Of what I've been having to go through as far as that. I actually started my journey as telling my story, but I was really emotional, right? I was real emotional at that time, and that's because I was really hurt. And I will come onto the internet with those emotional hurt feelings, right? And so, one thing about me, I never want to make my problems um, bring no one else down. Not that it brings anybody else down, but it's just like it's so much stuff already. People are already out here going through so much stuff. Everybody individually and things like that. And so I don't want to make my story to be put in that pot of discouraging or anything like that. I want to be a uplifting person, the person that I am, and things like that. And so I was real emotional when I was coming on, and I got laughed at, talked about, discouraged, because I allow my vulnerability to, come out. My intentions was to show how you could go and work for a company, not just one company, just you can go to work, right? Because that's what the world teaches us, right? Go to work, take care of your family, things like that, pay bills, be tired all the time, stay stressed. That's what the world teaches us. So my intentions was to show that we need to really rethink a whole lot of things, right? We be out here going to work for these companies, giving our all, putting all our energy and effort for towards this job, right? And the moment something happens, whether it be injury or you get fired, anything, the moment that job is no longer available to you, right? Then it's all gone. You know, it's all the everything. It's like everything is replaceable. Anything is replaceable. We need to understand this, right? Because we put other things before ourselves and our family, right? And when those things wear off or go off or no longer are available to us, then we're left to pick up the pieces, by ourselves. And so that was my intention when I originally came on. But again, I was like really emotional, trying not to be, but it was really hurtful. Not only the pain that I go through every day, but the 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 knowing that my situation was the laugh of somebody's conversation, right? That's hurtful, because I learned that it takes courage and bravery to come forth and be vulnerable, especially on the World Wide Web, And so my intentions were good, but I pulled back, to try to get my emotions. Like my emotions were intact per se, a whole lot better than a whole lot of other people. But again, I don't want to come on here crying like all the time. That's emotional. That's why I say together. It's okay to feel how you feel. If you're hurting, it's okay to say you're hurting. If you need to cry, it's okay to cry. It's like we have been so detached from just being human. It's just like it's this to do this, it's this to do that. We can't do this, we can't, and that's not how it should be, right? And so anyway, because I want to kind of stay on why I'm, because I am like but I did want to bring that to try to help myself figure out which, to build myself up to do this video, right? And I know we're already 8 minutes in. And so, like, today is April the 4th, 2025, right? I just got my eviction notice. So this is why I say I was trying to, build myself up to not be all emotional, because I don't want to be emotional. And I want to do this video like this to be able to put it on all platforms. I know, sometimes, but it might be a little lengthy because I do want to explain and go over. But it's heartbreaking. It's very heartbreaking because I've worked like so hard to keep a roof over my kid's head. Like, had it not been for this injury, right? Before the injury. And I'm not a victim, right? I'm learning so much about myself. But just as well as I have to be held accountable, then the people who have also helped me get here, I want to hold them accountable. This is the reason for my video, right? Because nobody wants to be held accountable for their actions, but they want you to take accountability for your part. And hey, I think the only thing that I did as far as accountability was go to work and care for somebody. I've literally always been an upstanding person, a very helpful person. You know, I don't do all that rah rah. I used to, but as I've said previously in my videos, at the age of 27, like I had life changing moments. I've always been like religious, right? I was raised up on Christianity. Just hear me out. Raised up on Christianity, have nothing against Christianity, love the teaching and all that. But at 27, I experienced some things, right? I experienced near death. And so with that, um, I made promises, right? I literally made promises to come back here to earth. And so 2022, these are stories that will be in detail because again, I want to try to stay, as to why this video. But 2022 is when I actually learned that not learn or it, the calling was to not just be religious but be spiritual, right? And mind, body, and soul, right? In spirit and in truth, right? So I started understanding what that truly, 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 truly meant, right? Um, because I felt like I was allowing so many people to run over me, like literally run over me. Like people take your kindness and say, "Oh, well, she's a Christian, we can just run over her." Yeah, things like that. Like, oh, well, she ain't gonna come for me, and mind you, before 27, I was a hot rod. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't play. I was born in Louisiana, don't play. No, seriously, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was raised in the streets. I was raised to fight. You know what I'm saying? So it was nothing in to throw them hands. It was nothing in. But again, I understood that it's growth, right? And so, anyway, at that near death experience, I really did. I promised the Lord, right, that if you just give me the opportunity to go back and be with my children, at that time I only had two, I'll change. I'll change, right? I'll change. I'll get out the streets. I won't be I'll be a one woman to one man, one woman lady, I was gonna say, that's kind of weird. I'm a woman, trust me. I was gonna say a one woman man. Is that, I wouldn't have multiple partners and things like that because again, I've always known how to get what I want. I'm just gonna be quite honest, before 27, right? Because these are the things that in our society they taught us, right? I'm an 81 baby. These are the things that they taught us how to get things, or at least in my upbringing, my hood, my area, because the world is big, you know what I'm saying? But so I'm only speaking from my experience, you know what I'm saying? And so anyway, did all that, and I'm here today because like I'm facing this eviction. I'm hurt. I'm hurt. Like I'm literally having to pack up. But the Lord told me like weeks ago, He was like, just trust me. Trust me. You know what I'm saying? He was like, I'm gonna need you to let some things go, right? And trust me. Trust me that you will be okay. And this is the part where I'm gonna try not to cry. because this is the only thing I knew. This is the only support system I had. But if I didn't let it go, I was being ran over. I was being physically, mentally, and emotionally abused. God put it in my face in a way that I know and knew that it was Him. And it was in that moment, because this is how it had been going. Either I had to accept it and worry about having a place to stay, right? Because I'm not financially stable. This is what my whole issue and my whole fight has been, is to become independent, back independent. I've never relied on nobody. Never. I've never felt okay with that. I feel like two people together can create bigger and better. Not one should have to do this and one should have to, it should be two coming together, right? And I'm having to look at, because my dog has had, my cane corso has had pups, and she had 11, excuse me. And so they're over there feeding. So if you hear background noise, that's what that is. But yeah, we'll get more into that as well. But anyway, I left because I can't do it. I cannot do this. Like, people don't understand. 11 years, one person. Bring forth somebody who can refute that. I've never cheated. I've never, and it was a crazy relationship anyway. It just, now that it was a situationship, just period. You know what I'm saying? If we're just gonna be honest about stuff, because love does not hurt. Love is not boastful. Love is not jealous. Love is not envy. That's not love. That is not love, right? But again, I also knew that, I had to put my feelings to the side, because I knew I wasn't financially, and our world is created on financial, a lot of things, materialistic, right? Stuff that if you're not this, you're not this. And if you're not this, you're not this, right? I knew that I needed somebody's help, right? Somebody. I could not do it by myself, not working. I had a little income, but it wasn't enough to suffice the house rent, electric bill, water bill, and then over the years, as we have seen, groceries went up, bills have went up, insurance, everything, you know what I'm saying, has went up. So I stayed in a situationship to try to understand, hoping that it would get better. Hold on just a second. I'm gonna go get my pup, because one of them got loose from the pack. Hold on. Okay. So back to the video. So anyway, so yeah, when I'm having multiple calls and I'm having to, try to suck it up and be like, I'm okay, I'm not okay. I don't even know. I'm a mother of 3, 2 at home children with a total disability in my back. Like, I move slower than anybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, these are also things that I've had to come to terms with, right? Because I'm a Capricorn, I push through everything. Because I push through everything, I have that energy of suck it up, keep going. And I try to, but I cannot do it by myself. I've tried. And I just can't. I can't, that was the hard truth for me, is to accept that, Shanta, you cannot do this by yourself. Your kids need you. So you have to figure out another way. So this was like the 27th that this happened, right? I knew it was right before the first, right? Mind you, I have a little, but still not enough to make the bills, right? So I hadn't had nothing to be able to save because I literally used all my life savings, right? Don't get it twisted. I've sufficed for 7 years trying to get people to see off of, and not just, and this is being very frugal. I don't go nowhere. I don't do nothing. I don't do nothing for my kids. I'm literally having to rely on one person. I have no support. I have no family support. Let me say that again. I have no family support. I'm not mad about nothing. This is me seeking truth and the justice for myself, you know? And so I don't want to make this, like that, but again, I'm not okay. I'm having to now pack up a whole house because I trusted. I trusted. I trusted. I trusted. I was lied to. I was deceived. My feelings were played with, you know? And again, these are things that not just me, there are other people going through the same things, but I had to make the decision. Do I continue to be beat up when I don't deserve it? Do I continue to let my kids watch me cry? I don't deserve this. I did nothing but being good to people because God have shown me his mercies, and he have always let me know, do good. Don't ever feel bad for doing good. Do good. Regardless of how people treat you, do good to people, right? If it gets to that point, then you remove them, right? You remove them out your energy. And no point do you have to continuously accept things that are just not for you, that hurt you continuously. And I know I'm getting with my words right now, but again, like I was, and I still tried to be the woman to just say, okay, well, let's just, because I know I need help. I know. But it was no accountability. It was no, I'm sorry. It was no, it was just, so I just left that. Here's my thing. No, I'm not okay. I'm trusting that I will be okay. I'm trusting the process. God said that is not for you. He been showing me, been showing me, been showing me, been showing me that that wasn't for you. I continuously made excuse after excuse after excuse after excuse after excuse. And finally, this last time, it was just like, I just, God said, I'm gonna give you, I'm gonna put this in your face again because you keep on asking for it. Be careful what you ask for. If you ain't ready for it, be careful what you ask for. Because God said, do not my prophet no harm, my anointed no harm. Do not do not my anointing no harm. That part. I'm telling you, my words are, but I'm not even gonna stop this because I'm not an editor. You know what I'm saying? We are on. That's the space. It's when you can't, when your words are all scrambled up. This is how you know that it's a calling for a change, right? A change. And if I have to go and live out my car, because I don't know where we're gonna go. I don't. Like I said, I've literally, but I'm trusting the process. I'm trusting the process. I got the eviction notice today, and I have half of my rent, which my rent is $1,250, and I don't have it. So I'm gonna gracefully buy out. I'm not gonna give these people, hell, going through the whole court process of trying to evict me. I just need, if you're in the Lubbock area and you know of anybody who can move anyone, then I really need that. I really need that. I'm looking now to get a storage, take the money that I do have, get a storage, put all our belongings in the storage, and just, go from there. I will continue to keep this story updated. I really don't want to make these videos like super, 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 super long, because I know how that gets. You lose people that way. My goal and my intention is to be very intentional and moving forward, right? And myself, I should be able to have the same thing that I give a person, which is love, respect, right? Respect. I'm big on respect. I'm big on loyalty. I'm big on dignity. Like, these are things that I teach my kids. Like, I'm goofy as ever, but I don't play about certain things. You know what I'm saying? I don't. And I really do treat people like real good. Like, that's just me. I'm not trying to boast myself up, but hey, it is what it is. Let me pat myself on the back as well, because I've been nothing but good. I've been nothing but good, positive, compassionate. I've helped a lot of people, right? Sometimes people don't understand that even if you don't have it financially, your words of encouragement, words of compassion can help somebody through their day. These are things. Not only that, before I just got here, I've always helped people. When you call Shanta and ask Shanta for something, Shanta never turned you down. Family and all. I feel proud of myself for that, right? But now I have to learn to love me. Because who's going to be there for me, right? I have to learn to pick up the pieces for Shanta. Move forward. Stand strong. Stand tall. Because I'm tall. stand tall, and handle it. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay not to be okay. But in my videos coming forward, because this has been my problem also, right? Confidence. My self-confidence was snatched from me, you know what I'm saying? Taken from me by thinking everything was a joke. I was a joke, right? Consistency is what I'm trying to bring. It's what I'm going to give, what I'm going to stay, because God said, I put that in you so you could see. But there's other things, right? When you lose one part of your body, there are other parts of your body that get stronger. My head got stronger. My mouth got stronger. My throat got stronger. I can communicate. Now I can communicate and love, right? And I'm okay. I'm okay. So all those people who have been calling me, wanting to know how I'm doing, I'm going through it. I'm going through it, but I'm going to go through it with a smile. I'm going to go through it with honor. You hear me? Because I know God ain't going to put nothing on me that I cannot bear. I'm telling you, I'm a walking, living testimony. Stick with me, stay with me, and I will always show you how God provides, how God reveals, and how he comforts his children. Just know, today might be the day that you are going through the worst times. But always remember, trouble don't last always. After the rain, the sun comes out. And after the sun comes out, a rainbow comes across the sky. And what they say at the end of every rainbow is a pot of luck. A pot of luck. Don't give up and don't give in. Don't give up and don't give in. Okay, you guys. Thank you, guys. I did want to make this video just for the people who are really out here seeking of how I'm doing. Bailey, and Bailey is about to go wild. I love you guys. I love you guys, and I will keep y'all updated. We're just gonna do what we have to do. Stay positive in everything, even in the hardest times. Even in the hardest times. I'm a fighter. I'm a warrior, but I'm a spiritual warrior. I love myself. Okay? All right. See y'all later. Bye.